Let's see. How do you take out a spider with a tank? Nice. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I just woke up. I'm a bit tired.
Nice. Do some push-ups?
Push-ups, yes.
How many?
500, should we go for?
5,000? All right.
5,000. All right, 5,000. It's a deal.
Get rid of this troll real quick here. Hide.
Right. Well, so the absence of sugar, your brain heals in your sleep.
All right.
Ketosis and apoptosis.
That's 50, I think.
Yeah, that's 500, I think.
All right. All right.
Well, what can you tell me about?
What do you want to know about? I was just talking about
Oh yeah.
how people say there's no such thing as a creator. Science has disproven that.
Well,
And
it.
what?
Create
But
a reliable, valuable source.
well, this is what's weird. You
Yeah.
want to you want to judge the integrity of the rest of science information you're getting from your professor, your theoretical physicist or astrophysicist.
Yeah.
If they tell you science has disproven a creator, you know they're pathologically lying. Any scientist
Yeah.
who's actually studied knows you're created out of light, right?
Yeah. Spark of light, that is real light.
But
When
your body's
kills you
is just slowed down light. In science, you're just slowed down light, right?
Oh yeah.
This is science. Your body is
Stardust.
carbon. Stardust is just slowed down light, and light sacrifices itself on a crossover from energy into matter to give you your daily bread, your last supper, all of the ATP needed to build every baby in humanity. So they know that. They know that you're created out of something, and whatever that light that you're created out of actually sacrifices itself for us to be here today. It's basic science. But a lot of scientists aren't very ethical, and they lie to humanity because knowledge is power. As a scientist, I discover this information, and there's a lot of people that don't know it. I can lie and make money off of them.
Wow. So you can exploit them.
Think about that, though. There's no
I will.
a scientist, just a scientist studying natural sciences. Are we created out of light? Yes. Right? Just basic science. Are we created out of light? Yeah. Does light have a body? Yes.
Yeah.
Does light sacrifice itself for our existence? Yes.
How would it sacrifice? How would light sacrifice itself?
Well, how do you have plants? Light has to sacrifice itself on a crossover from energy into matter.
Oh yeah.
That is your daily bread, right? Without light sacrificing itself.
So it's the transfer from the light.
There you go. Not transfer. Transmutation. They used to call it transmutation. Right, but I mean, I'm trying to give you it's basic science.
Basic facts, basic science. You said.
Well, is it not? I mean, does light not turn into bread? Does light without light, would any plant exist that we use for food? No.
No. Well, they do exist because of light.
Exactly. And because light sacrifices itself to turn into that plant, we can eat it, and our digestive system can turn it back into light. Then look, Just think about this. Light sacrifices itself to turn into our daily bread or our food. We eat it and turn it back into light, that our body turns back into matter. It goes from light to matter to light to matter.
Wow, it does. I see. Light to matter, light. So it's a constant cycle. It's a constant state.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how many scientists know there's a lot of children today that don't understand this, so I can lie to them
A lot of
for
trolls.
money. Well, I mean,
Trolls.
if I'm a scientist and I'm telling you there's no such thing as a creator,
Mm-hmm.
and science has proven you're created out of light, and light does sacrifice itself to turn into matter, that you turn into light to turn back into matter. We know it's basic science. As a scientist telling you there's no such thing, am I telling you the truth? And if I'm an educated scientist, like I have a degree, I know that I'm lying. Right? Now, here's the thing. If I have a degree at any college, I know that I'm lying to you when I say that. Why would I lie to you if it's not for greed or money or power? Why would I lie? Why would a scientist lie about it?
Well, yeah, I understand.
That's all I'm asking. I'm just saying, look, why do scientists lie? Is it because knowledge really does create power and they're trying to use that knowledge for power over the uneducated?
Maybe their knowledge is limited.
But here's the thing, it's not limited though. If you get a degree in physics, you learn you're made out of light. You learn light sacrifices itself to, you learn all this stuff. You see what I'm saying? So,
just emitting free energy.
I mean, they're not limited in their knowledge. They're limiting the knowledge they give you. Why are they making sure you don't know? Less competition?
Why would they do that? Less competition, so they can exploit us.
Well, why would they not want you to know?
Maybe because they're hiding something. Maybe it's the military.
Well, the military has nothing to do with scientists all over the world lying about it. You want to be a troll, I can block you and you won't come on anymore.
Oh, no, I don't want to be a troll, Martin. That will not happen.
But, I mean, think about it. Why were scientists all over the world lying? Like a scientist, I go to school, I learn I'm created out of light. I learn light sacrifices itself in quantum field theory. I learn how I'm made. I'm made of light by literally light crossing over into matter, my body breaking that light back, that matter back down into light, and then rebuilding that light into my matter. You learn all that stuff.
Where'd you learn it? Science?
You learn it when you get a degree in theoretical physics, a physicist. If you want to be a physicist, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to be a physicist, you have to learn this stuff. And then you decide, herd mentality, do I lie with everybody else and try to maintain this knowledge that gives me power over the uneducated? Or do I start telling them the truth? And what do most physicists do? I'd rather lie.
Maintain the knowledge.
And I'm just saying, hey, I don't want the power.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the power. Can you go out and check if light does sacrifice itself on a crossover to give you your daily bread? Can you go and check if your body breaks that bread down back into light so you can rebuild it into matter? Go out and check. Does the sun actually make the matter for you to exist today?
Probably.
So why?
By giving it energy.
Now, yeah, and are you? Yes, exactly. And are you created out of light? That's all I'm saying. Let's go fact check what they're saying. When a scientist says there's no such thing as a creator and you're not created in its image, we have science that's proven that. Are they hiding the information that's proven that there is, and they're trying to get as much information before you discover it as possible? Well, here's the thing. If I tell you there's no such thing, you don't research it. And then I have a decade, 30-year head start gathering as much power as I want. Right? If you don't know what to study,
Competent.
right? If I tell you it's not real, you don't study it, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm the only one studying it. As a physicist, I have a head start. Look, this isn't real. It's not real. And then I go behind your back and I'm researching. Oh my God, light does. I made a light. Light has a body. Da 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 da. I mean, it's just crazy.
It's a body of light that is real light.
I mean,
Martin, I was looking up numerology, and number 7 comes up frequently in it, and religion, and
yes.
Maybe that has something to do with the light.
Well, what can you? How many at the center of the electromagnetic spectrum that physicist has proven everything comes from and returns to? How many seals are there? I know you're trying not to laugh because you're being a troll. I'm gonna.
No,
right?
it's hard to dig in.
You're just get it together, be a grown up, or we can block you. How many seals can you see in a rainbow? How many seals does a rainbow have? 7. And what do we call a rainbow in religions? A covenant. The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
What's in the Ark of the Covenant? The body of light that holds the messages of God. Now, all of your ideas and thoughts are electromagnetic radiation that were fed by the center of the electromagnetic spectrum. All of your ideas, all of humanity's ideas and thoughts came from a rainbow, the light. It fed them.
I see.
And because if you study electrical engineering, your thoughts return back.
They return back. How would they? What? They just stay?
Well, are you being supercharged, or is the electricity after you're done with moving around and having your ideas, does it leave your body?
I'm not being supercharged, and I don't think my energy is leaving my body.
Well, if it has to leave your body, or you're being supercharged. When you store energy in a battery, what does it do? It builds energy.
Yeah.
So it has to leave. Do you have do you have electrical wiring in your house?
Yep.
Does it have grounds?
I think so, yeah.
So because when your light bulb is done using it, it has to go somewhere. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So how would your body be any different? Are you different? Are you special? You don't use electricity the same as everything else in the world?
No.
Nope. So where's it going? Right now, think about this.
Obviously.
It's going back.
It needs to stay in there.
It doesn't stay in there.
No.
I mean, your brain runs off of 20 watts of electricity, period. The average brain uses about 20 watts of power. Now, if it was staying in there, they go, well, you're born and you got 20 watts of power in your brain. But by the time you're 5, it's 20,000 watts. And by the time you're 10, it's 100,000 watts.
Keep on increasing as you get older.
But it doesn't. It stays at 20 watts because it leaves electromagnetic dissipation. And we can measure this. And this is what's interesting. In science today, I can put you in a machine and measure the electricity dissipating out of your brain and see that it's all going one location. Literally, put you in Montana, me in California, somebody else in Canada. Our electricity out of our brain under a certain imaging is all going to the same spot.
See. Wow.
But I mean, I think this might be a little bit advanced for you. So, you seem to be trolling quite a bit.
I'm not trolling. You're accusing me.
Well, I don't understand what's so.
I mean to come off as a troll if I come off as a troll.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's funny. I have autism, so I'm trying to figure out what the deal is. I'm having a misunderstanding in the way you're conveying yourself, and it's coming off as rude and being a troll. And I'm literally just trying to educate you with some information that you don't have $350,000 to go to school and learn.
For my behavior.
I'm just saying, do you have $350,000 to go to school and learn this stuff?
No, I do not.
But you can't get it from me for free.
Could you explain on that? Could you add some mitigation?
So you don't have $350,000 to go to school and learn about electromagnetic radiation, how your ideas and thoughts are created, electrical engineering, how they all dissipate to one location. You don't have the education. You don't have the money, but I'm giving it to you for free, regardless. That knowledge people have deemed is worth $350,000 just in electrical engineering.
Wow.
Now, studying the electromagnetic field, that's another $350,000. Studying human biology and neuroscience, that's $350,000.
That's a lot of money.
And I'm giving it to you for free. And because I have autism, I articulate it differently.
I understand. Huh.
I mean, if it's funny or something like that, take a loan, go to school and pay for it, and take 20 years.
Okay, no, it's not funny, Martin. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so I should be grateful. I should be grateful for this knowledge, and I am.
Well, I mean,
fascinating.
You have to go to school for decades. Mm-hmm. First off, let's think about this. First, you have to have the money to afford to go to school. If you have the money, the school has to choose you. And out of all of the people that go to school, you have to be selected out of those students to have access to different journals. I have a doctor right now. We're doing a book on the quantum mechanics of human creation. She went to Berkeley. I got access to a scientific journal. Even the highest graded students at Berkeley they don't give, because it costs a lot of money to create that information. So not only do you have to be able to afford to go to school, a school has to select you. And out of all of those people they select, maybe one out of every 4 or 5 years will be granted access to other journals, because the information costs so much money to create.
I see. Wow.
And you get it. You guys get it for free.
Yeah. Get a good deal, I guess.
Are your ideas not electromagnetic radiation? Your synapses, your neurons.
They're constantly firing.
Yeah, it's just electricity. Where's that electricity go?
Elsewhere.
Exactly. Now, if you went and got a degree in MRI technology, things like this, radiation, things, you could learn how CAT scans and MRIs are made, and you learn your ideas don't stay in your brain. We've taken pictures, no matter where you are in the planet, under certain pictures, imaging, they all are going to the same coordinates. That's highly fascinating.
That is. So they're all going the same place, the same location.
Now you think about this. Now you're talking to me on a device that operates on binary code, ones and zeros. How did we learn that? Because your body, your synapses already makes binary code.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how do I do this? My synapses, electrical signal of ones and zeros. Literally, my brain sent a signal of ones and zeros to tell my arm to lift. My brain sends a signal of ones and zeros to tell my finger to curl. Now think about this. There's a giant bucket, because of how electricity grounds, that has all of humanity's ideas and thoughts in just a giant bucket of ones and zeros.
I see. Just a giant bucket of ones and zeros.
And if I was concerned you might understand how to decipher that information,
okay,
I wouldn't want you to know about it. I wouldn't want you to be able to study any of the truth.
So I should really look into physics and some electromagnetism, radiation.
Thanks, Retro. You start off with neuroscience. You learn, man, your brain makes ones and zeros.
Yeah.
And then you study the electromagnetic radiation, the electromagnetic field, and you go, hey, man, all those ones and zeros in my brain are going somewhere, and it's the same spot. All of humanities are going to this. But we don't share that. We don't share that.
We don't. Okay.
Understood. Right? You literally. I mean, how many people actually understand that their ideas and thoughts are electromagnetic radiation, and they all dissipate to one central? Why? Because we don't teach it.
Yeah.
Why don't we teach
knowledge for free?
Why don't we teach it?
Because maybe they're telling us a lie, or they're hiding it from us.
Both.
Wow.
I mean, think about this. I'm a scientist. There's no such thing as a creator. On Monday, I say there's no such thing as a creator. But then I go and give a class on Tuesday, and I tell you, you're created out of light. And without light sacrificing itself to create you, you wouldn't be here.
Ah. Are you a scientist? Are you a physicist?
I'm just me. People spend a lot of money on my education, and I'm a weird,
It's pointless spending all that money on education, I see.
Is it pointless?
Well, when you get knowledge like this for free, basically.
Well, I mean, you're only getting it because somebody spent the money on it. Right? I can look at things from a different perspective. I understand things a little better. I have what is called savant syndrome, which is, my disability. Think about this. I'm legally classified as disabled. What is my disability? Being smarter than 99% of the population. That's nuts. I think about that at night. Sometimes I'm wondering, how is that a disability?
Exactly. It can't limit you. It can't limit you.
But they sit you down and go, the smarter you are, the crazier you sound to uneducated people. Right? So the higher you go up in your intelligence, the more people don't have a degree in neuroscience. They don't have a degree in human biology, human digestion, electrical engineering, none of the stuff to understand what it is you're saying. So the more things you learn, the crazier you sound to uneducated people. And they teach you, nobody ever admits that they're uneducated. Nobody admits that they're the stupid person that thinks you're crazy. That's really when you have savant syndrome, you have to sit down with professionals, people from the military, all over, and they're like, the smarter you are, the crazier you sound to stupid people, and there's not one person in your life that will ever admit to being stupid. They're all just gonna call you crazy. You have to learn to deal with it. I mean, have you ever met somebody like, I'm so stupid compared to this person, or do you just go, nah, that person's crazy?
Probably the second option.
That's 99% of the population goes, that person's crazy. I'm not stupid. They're crazy.
I see.
That's a fact of reality. That's a fact. You literally study savant syndrome. It's the first thing you have to get when you're diagnosed with savant syndrome is take psychology classes and sit with a psychologist to teach you. Nobody admits to being the stupid person. It's not how the brain works.
Okay, I'll look some stuff up. Do some digging.
Do some digging, but think about your ideas and your thoughts, and how do you make your ideas and thoughts? How do you create the ATP that builds the matter of your biology?
I see.
Okay.
How?
Anyways, you have a great day.
And you too, Martin.
I get irritated. I can't understand that guy. I don't know, and not personally. I can't understand his personality. I already have struggles as it is. Is it working?
Do not.
Hey, what's going on, Martin?
Not much, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Want to do some push-ups?
What?
What was it?
You want to do some push-ups?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold on, I got 4 trolls to block real quick. I got to keep up with my other phone. How many you want to do?
Let's do 5,000.
All right.
Let's do it.
How many are we doing for real, though?
Let's do 20.
All right, ready? Go.
Yeah. Are you going all the way down, Martin?
I'm on push-up bars.
Oh.
Anyway, see these?
Yeah.
I'm a half a foot off the ground.
Shut up. Get back here.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to bring someone else on for some push-ups. You have a great day, sir. Let's see. Somebody said Stephen Hawking said it perfectly. Only the loser brags about how smart he is. And then he went on a tour around the world saying he was so smart and had disproven the existence of God. Knowing his own information pointed him in the wrong direction. You think about the person who stated that, not even understanding what Hawking was saying. Only the loser brags about their own intelligence. And then Stephen Hawking went around the world and said he's smarter than everybody and has disproven God. He said only the loser, and then he went and showed everybody. Not to be facetious. Does that make sense? Stephen Hawking stated only a loser, the loser, brags about how smart they are because they lost. And then he went on a tour guide around the world telling everybody how smart he was. Basically, who has common sense to realize Stephen Hawking threw his hands in the air and said, I lost. I'm the loser. I lost.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I had a question because, I be watching, trying to, do research on this and stuff.
Yeah.
And I be watching this other guy, Matt Blackburn, But, me, I don't know nothing about this, so I'm just trying to find out. But this other guy, he says that the people that say that, to fast and go keto and stuff like that, that's stupid because the brain's main fuel is glucose. So cutting out sugar is bad. And
Now I'm going to get somewhere. So instead of listening, just so you can prove how stupid this guy is, not to be rude.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to
If you
learn.
were to crash your vehicle right now and got a brain injury, we would stop you from eating sugar so your brain could use ketones that create 4 times the energy to rebuild your brain.
Yeah.
So I mean, think about it. Somebody knows that there's a good chance you're not educated and might not have access to the information, trying to make money off of people.
Yeah.
You think about it, in neuroscience, how do we induce neurogenesis, or the birth of new neurons in your brain? The absence of sugar. The opposite of what this guy's telling you. So this is what I'm saying. People don't really have the education, but you can connect the dots, right? So
Right. Yeah.
So you go, okay, in neuroscience, if I was to have a brain injury where it made me stupid, I'd have to stop eating sugar to reverse it, raise my intelligence. When a baby's growing in its first room, all of the glucose goes to its muscles and organs to grow those. The brain gets no sugar and is only grown with ketones. So you have your brain in the first place grown in the absence of sugar. You can only repair your brain as an adult in the absence of sugar. So is that guy telling you the truth, or is he lying to you on purpose, or just uneducated? So then you have to ask yourself, does the guy have a degree in any of the things he's talking to me about? If yes, he's lying to me on purpose. Why is he lying to me on purpose? If not, he's just uneducated. Why don't you think about the Department of Defense and the military for people, warriors, that they consider important to get a traumatic brain injury? Stop eating sugar. So every military, every doctor's office, every scientific experiment we've ever done shows growth of your brain and repair of your brain in the absence of sugar.
Right.
So is Matt right, or is every military and intelligence agency wrong?
Shit. No, I don't think the military and intelligence. I don't think they're wrong.
So that's what I'm saying. Somebody had $100 billion, an intelligence thing, hundreds of billions of dollars to check this out. And they said, they were like, nope, sugar, no sugar. But your friend Matt is saying, yes. So how much money did he spend? And who do you think would be right?
Oh, nah, well, definitely not him.
And this is what I mean by, right, you might not have the education or the money to go to school and learn if Matt's telling you the truth or not, right?
Yeah, no, well, I don't. Like I said, I don't know nothing about this.
But what you can do, is check, well, how do we repair brain damages? How do we fix a problem? Is it what Matt is saying, or is it different? But see what I'm saying? When you are looking at something going, okay, here's a problem. This person is telling me the brain needs sugar, and you shouldn't go on keto or cut it out. Now, can I look and go, is there any places where people study the brain and how to repair it? Right? You can do this. Is there? And you go, oh, yeah, the Department of Defense, the NSA, the CIA, MARSOC, SEALs, and the Rangers. There's all these places. Do they feed you a lot of sugar? Because, like what Matt says. So I can go, Matt, you're right. I studied these other organizations. They do exactly what you said. Or can you look around and go, hey, wait a minute. Nobody does what you're saying unless you're somebody we're trying to take advantage for money and put you on prescriptions.
Right.
But see what I'm saying? You can go, hey, wait a minute. The DOD doesn't do that, Matt. The MARSOCs don't do that. The Rangers don't do that. The SEALs don't do that. NSA doesn't. Nobody does. So why are you lying to me? Why are you trying to keep me? I mean, think about this. Now, we know sugar keeps somebody stupid. So why is Matt telling his followers to remain stupid? So you don't understand if he's telling you the truth or not?
Yeah, pretty much. And then he also says that fasting is really bad for you because he says that there's a gland right here. What's that called? I forgot the name of it. Right here. There's a gland. I'm not sure if he said the perineal or I forgot the name of the gland, but he said with fasting over time that you're that gland right here is you're damaging it or something like that.
No, he's a liar. He's lying. So, the only time your body removes cholesterol from your arteries is when you're fasting.
Oh, okay.
So right now, if you don't get sunshine, your body puts cholesterol in your arteries, and we call it heart disease. But if you went through periods of time of fasting, your body uses that cholesterol to fuel autophagy, apoptosis, and neurogenesis. So your body uses that cholesterol today without sugar to to remove all of your damaged cells and birth new ones. So why would somebody tell you not to do what your body needs to do to heal itself?
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, yeah, because I know there's a lot of people that say they feel great after fasting. A lot of people that they do it consistently, long term,
Yeah.
and they go get their blood work done, and everything they get their health improves overall.
Yeah,
In
because your
general.
body, now we're getting somewhere. When you're not eating sugar, your body removes all of the toxins out of its system and starts removing cholesterol, which is fat. It uses it for fuel. Well, if I remove all of the cholesterol from all of my cells, what happens? My cells function better. I'm healthier.
Yeah, of course.
Now think about this. If I remove all of the things from my brain that's keeping me from understanding information, what happens? I get smarter. So why would somebody tell you not to? Why would somebody make sure you're not getting smarter?
To keep you in the dark.
This is all I'm saying. I'm not saying the same thing as everybody else. I'm telling you how to get smarter. I'm telling you how. I mean, it's so crazy. We're teaching people lies to make them slaves to Western medicine and big pharma. And a lot of people have realized if I keep these people in the dark, I can make money too. You got a lot of people going, man, if I tell people to eat sugar like the doctors do, I'll make a lot of money off these people.
Yeah, because actually he is pushing like supplements now too. So something called Shilajit, and because he talks about because he talks a lot about PUFA, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and he says that when you fast, you're releasing all those PUFAs, and that's bad. It's bad for you. So
Now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. You are releasing all of the toxins when you fast.
Yeah.
But releasing them, then I can piss and shit them out. Yes, babe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one sec. You see what I'm saying? When I fast, my body's removing all of the toxins. So do I want to keep them in me, or do I want to get rid of them?
No, you want to get rid of them.
See, Matt, you think about this. Matt eating sugar, not understanding what he's saying. He's saying, if I fast, my body will remove all the toxins in my system. I better not do it. He doesn't even understand what he's saying. He's had so much sugar, his brain's not thinking correctly.
Yeah, because he even tells people that it's good for you to eat gummy bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even he has a recipe that he gives out, so you could like make your own like homemade gummy bears, and
But here I'll tell you this. I'll do this. Do a ketogenic diet for 3 months to 6 months, removing sugar and exercising. Tell me how you feel.
All right.
Get your blood work done. See what it does. I mean, if you've seen me before, when I get hurt and start over, literally, I had kidney failure, liver failure, heart failure, a dozen traumatic brain injuries, an aneurysm. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've had both sides of my skull crushed in, cadaver jaw on this side. I've had a lot of things done. And I'll tell you, I would not have been able to recover from all of that crap if I was eating fruits and vegetables, if I was eating sugar. Now, think about this. Why did every religion and civilization over 1,500 years ago, before we had cars and chemical plants putting toxins in the environment, tell their citizens and their flock, stop eating sugar every once in a while. The sugar and fruits and vegetables are bad for us. But today, with diesel trucks and smokestacks, we're telling everybody eat more of these things that every religion and civilization knew was poison. Eat more.
Yeah.
And look at now we're having literally the more fruits and vegetables humans eat, if you pay attention, the more doctors' offices are popping up in towns. You think about this is what's crazy. Now, if you track doctors' offices and emergency care clinics that are being put in your town, the more your city converts over to fruits and vegetables, the more doctors' offices and emergency clinics and things like that are there.
Yeah, that's true.
The more you eat fruits and vegetables, the more doctors your town gets.
So what's your diet like, Ray? You're just like strictly keto?
No. I had pizza Friday night, I had strawberry shortcake the day before that, but I exercised enough so I was in ketosis before I had them. And then,
Oh, okay.
yesterday I hadn't had anything to eat. It's 1 o'clock today. I haven't had anything to eat today. I'm going on my second day with no food.
Oh, okay. Also, like you still eat it, but then you do like your your little cycles of like fasting and
Yeah,
then
reverse it.
staying off and then staying off the carbs for a while.
I do exactly what every religion and civilization discovered, 15,000 years ago. You have to have a few days a month or a week without sugar. You have to.
That way,
You have to.
that way you're constantly just detoxing yourself, right?
Exactly. I'm constantly detoxing myself. Now,
Oh, okay.
I will tell you this. I want you to look at NASA. In 1989, they did a study, a landmark study on plants. They were trying to figure out how do we clean the air of a spaceship or the International Space Station if the machines that clean the oxygen, if they break. How do we keep the air clean? They discovered plants gather toxins out of the environment during photosynthesis. That study led tobacco to lose, because we proved once and for all the sugar in tobacco causes diseases and illnesses. Now I want you to study that and go, does anything else gather toxins out of the environment during photosynthesis to create sugar, just like tobacco? Is there anything else today that gathers toxins from trucks, smokestacks, chemical factories, and things like that to make contaminated sugar? Is tobacco the only thing that does it?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure plants and fruit trees and
There you go. We know,
and vegetables.
not pretty sure. We know for a fact every plant does it. So we would
So
need to have a
basically,
period of time.
so then basically, when we eat it, then we're consuming all the
Right.
toxins.
If you turn your truck on next to my garden every day, my garden sucks up those poisons out of your truck, and then I eat the fruit. So if I don't fast, how do I get those toxins out of my system?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's like pretty much it's like grabbing a filter out of a fucking AC and then eating it.
There you go. Exactly. I grabbed the oil filter out of my car and I chewed on it. But I got to go check and see what my wife needs. I'll be back in a little bit, maybe. God bless. Thank you.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.